Presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Kansas City.
After a 6-0 homestand, which included averaging 7 runs per game, the Royals head out for one of their longest road trips of the season. 4 games in Cleveland against the third-place Indians, 3 in Baltimore, and finally wrapping up in Chicago against the second-place White Sox. In the middle of playing their best baseball of the season, will that success continue away from Kauffman Stadium? The road trip begins right now. Royals baseball from Cleveland, Ohio. The Royals were here less than a month ago, and the Indians took 2 out of 3 from the Royals. Royals baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. And as it stands right now, the Royals have a 2-game lead over the White Sox and a 2.5-game advantage over the Indians. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. So the Royals are playing their best baseball. We knew they'd get hot eventually. They have a history of that over the past few years. But would they get this hot with 3 All-Stars out of the lineup?
Who'd have thunk it, Rhino? But not a lot of people would. But it's great to see him 1 through 9 getting hot like this. Usually you see 2 or 3 guys in the lineup get hot, but no, look at them. They've accumulated 6 straight wins, 6 straight series. It's been fantastic. They've been the best team since May 15th. Exciting to see, and that's going to bring a smile to Ned's face every time when you're getting that type of production. That's going to pick up any bad starting pitching, and the bullpen to win has been fabulous. Hopefully that'll continue, but you just never know from night to night in baseball, series to series. The Red Sox, they came into the K hot, and we took 2 out of 3 from them, so you never know.
One of the oldest baseball sayings is that good pitching will beat good hitting. Well, the Indians will see very good hitting during this series, and the Royals are going to see really good pitching. Let's talk about what the Indians have been doing lately when we come back. In Ohio, as the Royals begin a 4-game series here tonight. All right, the Cleveland Indians, like the Royals, they've done very well inside the division. We talk a lot about their pitching HUD, but they've got some big bats as well.
Oh, absolutely, Ryan. This team is a good ball club defensively, and when you throw these guys in there with their bats, they can get the job done. Central, they've been dealing. And remember, the Royals, they came in here and got taken 2 out of 3 by this ball club. They can hit.
So which Yordano Ventura is going to show up for Game 1 tonight? We'll talk about him when we come back. Start against the Cleveland Indians this year and trying to chip away at that ERA over his last 6 starts, which is over 7. It's Game 1 tonight. The Royals and the Cleveland Indians. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. And we are ready to go. Here's the Royals lineup tonight. Edyo saw tonight as an opportunity to rest Whit Merrifield and Paulo Orlando. So Cheslor Cuthbert is back in at third base, and Ray Fuentes will be in the outfield. And Carlos Carrasco throws outside, no swing on the appeal to first base umpire Carlos Torres. And Carlos Carrasco making his first start since April 24th. He's been on the disabled list for almost 6 weeks with a left hamstring strain. Up the right field line, Lonnie Chisenhall makes a play on the line. They're going to rule it a foul ball catch. So Escobar is 0 for 1, and if you were with us last night, he is still stuck on 999 career hits. Our BMW Mini player profile, Carlos Carrasco, and he had a heck of a year last year against the Royals.
Sure did. Tough to hit. This guy's got excellent stuff. Fastball is going to average 93, but we'll see some 95s out of him. Slider, curve, and a change. Fastball, slider combinations early from this guy. Attacks the strike zone. Fastball changeups combination later in the game.
Pitching out of the stretch with nobody on base, and ball 1 to Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo hit 400 during the homestand against the White Sox and the Rays, and that included 2 home runs, 8 runs scored, 9 driven in 6 games.
See if they can stay hot.
And he starts the road trip with a base hit to left field.
Defensively, the Tribe is going to show you Rajay Davis out in left field. Naquin, young center fielder, saw a little bit of action last year. Chisenhall, Napoli at first, Kipnis, Lindor at short, and Yan Gomes we have highlighted at 6. He's nailed 6 of 23 runners for 26%. He's got a good arm, and he can hit.
Got a big hit last night, a walk-off win for the Indians against the Rangers in 11 innings. And while we're talking about great homestands, Eric Hosmer hits it to left field, a little bobble out there, and Cain will go first to third. Eric Hosmer hit .538 during the homestand, and like Lorenzo Cain, he's 1 for 1 on the road trip.
Yeah, how about some aggressive base running early? Royals typically taking advantage of defense miscues, and that's exactly what happened. Ramirez, he's not an everyday left fielder, so you can look to take an extra base on him. And now Cain, hopefully he's okay as he ran into the third baseman's leg or his knee. That would be Jose Ramirez.
So Escobar fouls out, and then on the next 2 pitches, Cain and Hosmer single. It's an error on Davis, by the way, allowing Cain to go to third base. And now Kendrys Morales, who has been showing signs that he is breaking out of his slump, especially from the left side of the plate, and Carrasco misses outside for ball 1.
Last 3 games he's figuring it out. The walks have helped. Seeing more pitches, getting a few base hits to the opposite field also helps you recognize that pitch in.
Checked his swing and took a strike.
Morales 2 for 8 with a homer in his career off of Carrasco. Wants to get the job done. Get him early. You get him a guy like this with good stuff. Get him in that first inning before he settles in. Looking for a sac fly or better.
Hit hard right to Lindor. Runs to second 1, throws to first for a double play. And how many times has that happened to Kendrys Morales in the first 2 months? Hard hit up the middle, and somebody's right there waiting for it. Big double play to get out of a mess in the top of the first inning. So the Royals are scoreless. And now Cleveland, they had a nice spike offensively in the month of May, averaging 5 runs per game. Their slugging percentage surged in May. This is a long homestand for them. The Orioles, the Rangers, and now the Royals. They are 2-4 so far on that homestand. And will face Yordano Ventura for the second time this year. The Indians beat Ventura back on May the 6th here, scoring 5 runs in 4 innings.
Cleveland Indians want to get to him early. And you hope that Yordano can throw strike one, and stay ahead of the hitters. He's got league leading 33 walks. He also has a 5.4 ERA in the first 3 innings. So try to settle in early, execute those pitches. Power fastball. Sky ball.
And Butera brings it down for the out.
Our forward Royals defense. Going to highlight Ray Fuentes. He's back. Had 6 starts in April, and he looked good. He looked really good, swinging that bat and running. And the outfield's got a great arm. Cuthbert back in there at third base. Where's Whitley? He's riding the pine for 9. So far early. He might get a pinch hit opportunity later. Let's hope not.
And now strike 2, Jason Kipnis. And that's popped up. So a couple of easy outs in the air for Ventura. And now 2 down. Well, to help celebrate the 6-game sweep over the homestand, and as a thank you to all the great fans that supported the Royals are extending their current Crown markdown ticket deal tonight an additional hour. Fans will receive a $6 discount on Outfield Plaza and Hy-Vee view tickets until 7 p.m. Kansas City time. Go to Royals.com, pick any game, and enter the promo code SWEEP to receive the discount. Upstairs to Francisco Lindor, who is 0 for his last 12, and that's a stunning development if you're a Royals fan. Lindor's a good young player, and the Royals haven't seen a whole lot of Lindor, but they've seen him at his very best.
Seems like it. Left-handed or right-handed, doesn't matter. Same stance, same mechanics. And Ventura, he's letting it go. Fastball averaging 95. Curve and change have been 2 very effective off-speed pitches for him so far early this year. He has strikeout ability, but it hasn't been with that blazing fastball. 32 of his 38 strikeouts have come on his curve and his changeup. So he's really got 3 nice pitches working, and hopefully he can settle in early.
And yet his ERA is over 7 or over 5. It's over 7 in his last 6 starts. And I asked Ned Yost before the game tonight, we've praised his curveball and his changeup this year, but is he throwing those pitches too much? There's a fastball that's hit into left center field. Really challenged the Indians with his fastball in the bottom of the first tonight, and gets the Indians 1-2-3. is a great investment. Speaking from experience.
Frees up the hands.
It lasted us 4 kids.
Same one?
Same one.
Wow.
Breaking ball to Omar Infante is cut on and missed. So Infante gets the start at second base as Whit Merrifield gets the night off, and with Alex Gordon out, with Salvador Perez out, Infante hits fifth. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh, he's been swinging the bat. Not getting a chance to play every day now. He's rested. He's got good energy, and he's been having some good plate appearances.
Two balls and 1 strike.
Too bad the Royals couldn't capitalize in that first. They hit some nice line drives off Carrasco. Morales gets under that and gets the job done, and might have scored all 3 of them.
Three balls and 1 strike. Royals had runners at first and third with 1 out in the first inning, and in reference to Kendrys Morales, he had a line drive up the middle, but on 1 hop the shortstop Lindor was there, and he ran to second base to start a double play. Full count. Looked like kind of a tweener, not quite as four-seam fastball, not quite a changeup.
Yeah, it looked like a cutter.
On the ground to Lindor, and Infante is out, 1 away. And that'll bring up Ray Fuentes, who was called up yesterday. Called up with Dylan G being optioned to AAA Omaha. Fuentes was on the Royals opening day roster and played in 6 games before being sent out when Gerard Dyson came off the disabled list. And he's after the first pitch and lines it into center field. So the Royals have 3 hits tonight off Carrasco, and all 3 hits have come on the first pitch. Kane and Hosmer in the first inning, and now Fuentes in the second.
Why not? You know that dead red's coming. Great swing there. Nice. Right down the middle. Didn't try to overdo it. Just hit it exactly where it was pitched. It's taken up right where he left off. Nice to have him here with his speed, his bat. And his defense is maybe a little bit too aggressive with his first stint up here, but you like that. He plays hard. See if Cuthbert can find a hole here.
Strike. Cuthbert at 253. He had 300 during the homestand. He got last night off as Whit Merrifield played at third base. And that's pulled foul. Ed Yost has the luxury now of taking a bat like Paulo Orlando, who lost a 14-game hitting streak last night, and Whit Merrifield, who's hit safely in his 11 starts. With just about everybody swinging the bat well right now, he has the luxury of being able to rest guys, as opposed to a month ago, or where he'd have to keep those guys in there because they might have been the only 2 that were hitting.
You know, it's really good. He's in a good situation right now. Ooh, ball's up, and he can hit that one. Fastball slider combination. Now he does have a split finger changeup that goes straight down, but he's going to save that one for later, second, third time through. But this was a good pitch here now. Like a slider.
Two down to Gerard Dyson. Dyson lost a 9-game hitting streak in last night's game that tied a career high for him. Fuentes runs. Good pitch to throw on for Gomes. It's down on a hop. And Lindor picks it and tags out Fuentes to end the inning.
Wow, pretty sweet pick and tag. Gomes, good thrower. Look at that, no problem. Very good shortstops. Esky, where's the goal? But look at Lindor. Pick and tag. Whoa, man, that was smooth. He's got nice skills. See how he goes with it and shows the umpire the ball. And for more on the greatness out there, Joel Goldberg.
Well, Hud, I had a chance to talk to Alcides Escobar about his impressions of Francisco Lindor, and he said that guy is really good. He's a lot of fun to watch. He's athletic. He plays great defense. He can run. He can hit. And then I said, who's the better young shortstop, him or Carlos Correa? He said you can't go wrong with either choice, that he would maybe lean towards Correa only because he has more power at this point. But he's a big fan of the way both of those two young shortstops play the game.
Who would you take?
I want the switch hitter. I'll go with Lindor.
I think I'd take Lindor too over Correa.
Both sides of the plate, and he rakes.
And they were 1-2 last year for American League Rookie of the Year. Correa beating out Lindor for that award. Of course, we see a lot more of Lindor than we do Correa. And Lindor has big numbers against the Royals. Here's a base hit into left field for Mike Napoli. He's been a hot hitter lately for the Indians, and that's Cleveland's first base runner. Francisco Lindor, in 15 games against the Royals, has 3 home runs and 15 driven in.
Tough out.
Or 13 games, sorry, 13 games, 15 driven in. And hitting .365. And now Jose Ramirez. He pops it up. That'll be back and out of play. When Ventura lost to the Indians back here in May, biggest hit in that game for Cleveland was off the bat of Jose Ramirez. He had a 2-out 3-run double. So that accounted for 3 of the 5 runs scored against Ventura. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anyway, getting back to the point at the end of the bottom of the first inning, you were there when we were visiting with Ned Yost, and we've praised Yordano Ventura. He's made good use of his changeup and his curveball so far this year, and yet it seemed like in his last start against the White Sox that maybe he was throwing those pitches too often. He was almost had a breaking ball style pitcher approach. Ended up giving up 7 runs in 7 innings. Didn't walk anybody.
Yeah, but that's a positive you take from it. Now,
did he make the tag?
Nope.
Royals may take a look at it, but Yordano Ventura did not react as though the call had been missed. Right now the Indians have 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, it looked like Ventura, who's a very good fielder, and he gets a little excited at times. Could have kept his momentum going a little bit faster. He would have gotten it, but he missed it. Just barely. Hopefully this won't rattle him. He'll be able to get back up there. Had an option to throw it, but he decided to tag it. He just thrown it right over there, and that's what Haas was telling him. Hey, just get it to me next time. But right now, let that go. Get back in that zone. Maybe you roll up a double play or strike somebody out. He really needs a nice outing for confidence, especially against this team. Gives him a hard time.
97 and inside to Lonnie Chisenhall.
And back to your point of using too many off-speed pitches against the White Sox, I agree with you. He can't stay away from that bread and butter. That fastball, that's a good pitch, especially it sets that one up. The changeup and fastball combination, this could be lethal from a guy that throws that hard.
And tear a page out of Danny Duffy's book as a starter. Very aggressive with his fastballs, and then just seemed to find the right spot for his slider and his changeup. But in Duffy's last 2 starts in particular, he really has done a good job of setting the hitters up, looking for that fastball, and then mixing in the breaking balls when they're not expecting it. But it just seemed like, and maybe it was the game plan against the White Sox, who knows, but he seemed to throw as many off-speed pitches as he did his fastball. And that's grounded into right field for a base hit. Napoli rounds third. A high throw all the way to the plate. Ray Fuentes sails it over Hosmer's head with no chance for a play at home plate. And Chisenhall moves into second base.
Ball wasn't hit that hard, and Fuentes was playing fairly deep. You'd like to see him at least hit the cutoff man, keep the double play in order. That ball was a good pitch, really. I mean, Chisenhall did a nice job of staying with it, hitting the hole, but you see how deep he was. There's really no play at all, even on Napoli, and it's too bad he didn't hit Haas. At least would have got it out in the inning, getting Chisenhall from going to second.
Still nobody out. And now Yan Gomes, who has been a struggling hitter this year, but again, he had a walk-off hit yesterday against Texas, so he probably feels a little bigger than a 176 hitter right now.
Well, yeah, he hits though when runners are on. 351 average with runners in scoring position for Gomes.
Oh, 0-2.
That's getting the job done.
That's called stepping up, man.
Right.
176 overall to 351. And right now he has 2 runners in scoring position. Breaking ball got him looking. So that's what Ventura needed. A 3-pitch strikeout against Gomes, who has struggled in his career against Ventura. And that's the first out.
39th strikeout now in the season. That's what you said. He needed that. Now let's see if he can continue. Don't give him any more. He's got the 8 and 9 hitters coming up.
This is Tyler Naquin. He had just been sent to the minor leagues when the Royals were here last month. He was the Indians' first-round pick 4 years ago out of Texas A&M. And the Indians have been hit twice this year with suspensions due to a violation of Major League Baseball's performance-enhancing drug policy. In spring training, Terry Francona lost Abraham Almonte, who was going to play center field. He was suspended for 80 games. And then Marlon Byrd was suspended yesterday for 162 games. That was his second violation. And Michael Brantley is on the disabled list right now.
Yeah, so you know they're being tested, but the Marlon Byrd suspension really hurt their team, Terry Francona. Almonte, they were counting on him for depth for sure. And they were hoping he'd be their everyday center fielder. But when that went away, they had to go out and find another outfielder. They found Byrd, but Byrd is a veteran player. At 39 years old, Byrd brought a leadership in here. The guys loved him. He was fitting in nicely. He's having a good season. And that veteran leadership Francona counts on, whether it's a Giambi or one of their veteran guys, you got to have somebody. And they followed this kid around, Marlon Byrd. So this is a very difficult thing for Terry Francona and the Indians to lose one of their guys. We won't know till the end of the season. Almost like Torrey Hunter not being with the Minnesota Twins this year. That's what Marlon Byrd brought. There's Brantley.
Oh, Naquin somehow made contact with that pitch, and now Dyson almost a chance for a double play, as Cuthbert couldn't quite glove it, but Dyson almost playing it like an infielder, making the play and throwing off the wrong foot. And with his strong arm, Ramirez wasn't going to challenge him. He forced a throw and almost ran himself into a double play.
Yeah, nice play. Well, how about that piece of hit there? That was unbelievable. Dyson, that was nice, taking a page from Alex Gordon. Cuthbert, good try, just missed it. But very interesting swing by Tyler Naquin. Wow, he almost made that one count. Play by Dyson. They know Gerard Dyson has a great arm, and he's got 6 outfield assists.
And now down and away to Rajai Davis. This is a huge batter right here, or a huge final out of the inning. If Ventura can get Davis and the Indians only get 1 run in this inning, that would be a huge confidence boost for Ventura. Two balls and no strikes.
Then Davis, like Gomes, likes to hit when runners are in scoring position. He's hitting almost 360, 359.
The Indians scored a run and had runners at second and third with nobody out. Ventura has struck out Gomes and got Naquin on a flyout. And now he's fallen behind Davis 3-0 with Carlos Santana on deck.
I've seen an awful lot of recoiling from his delivery tonight. He fires that ball, and then you see his arm and his leg kick up, and Dave Island tries to keep him away from that, because sometimes that leaves the ball up in the zone when he does that.
Four-pitch walk, so they're loaded up for Santana. Is at third. Chisenhall is at second. Chisenhall drove in Napoli for the Indians run, and now Davis is at first. Santana fouled out to Drew Butera in the first inning. This is the 22nd time this year that Terry Francona has used Santana as a leadoff hitter, and he is hardly a prototypical leadoff hitter. Good breaking ball for strike 1.
No, but you know what? Francona's a championship manager. He can put guys where he feels is the best fit for the entire team. That's been working for him so far. Got some good numbers against Ventura's. Rodano needs to be careful.
He does walk a lot. Not typically a hitter that hits for a high batting average, but usually has a respectable on base percentage because of all the walks, but he also strikes out quite a bit. Just inside. Drew Butera liked that pitch, telling Ventura he didn't get the call. Good location.
Just as soon as Ventura started to put his head down, Butera picked him up right there. He's getting a little bump for the call. That's okay. It's okay right here. Let's stay in it here.
Same spot. That time it caught the inside.
And that was what Giordano just did when he threw his hands out like that. Just wants to just stay under control here. Don't get carried away. Don't let the umpire get in your mind here. This is a big part of the game. Somehow find a way to get out of this is a huge confidence booster for him, you would think.
Breaking ball hit back to Ventura. And out of all that, the Indians get 1 run. So Ventura really buckled down. The Indians had scored a run and they had runners at second and third with nobody out. And that's all they get, the 1 run. What could have been a big inning, allowing just the 1 run in the Indians' bottom of the 2nd inning. Gerard Dyson leads off the 3rd. Dyson was at the plate when Fuentes was caught stealing to end the 2nd inning.
And you know the Twins are kicking themselves right now, saying, oh man, we had a chance to break the game open. They know, the Indians, excuse me.
Kipnis to the middle, and it's by him. Dyson is on to begin the 3rd inning. Remember to help celebrate the 6-game sweep on the homestand. The Royals are extending their current Crown Markdown ticket deal an additional hour tonight. $6 discounts on Outfield Plaza and Hy-Vee View tickets until 7 o'clock Kansas City time, so another 15 minutes. Go to Royals.com, pick any game, and enter the coupon code SWEEP to receive the discount.
Come on, folks, let's go. Log in. Got a chance for a nice discount there for you because you meant so much to the ball club.
Slider strike from Carrasco to Butera. Drew Butera made the most of his increased playing time. He hit .462 during the homestand. Slide step, and Drew Butera. That's his first home run of the year. And that was a no-doubter.
That was swung on gone.
Take your time, Salvi. Take your time.
I was just getting ready to say, Drew was telling me before the game how comfortable he feels in that batter's box. And that brought his teammates off their seat and on their feet. Way to go. That's a nice jolt for Giordano Ventura.
I say that tongue-in-cheek, but that's the luxury of having someone playing well, is that, you know, if Salvador Perez needs one extra day until he can come back, maybe 2 extra days, well, the Royals have the luxury of doing that with the way Butera is swinging the bat. Alcides Escobar trying to match Drew Butera. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Butera just pulled his hands in and barreled it. He should be happy. That feels good.
Inside to Escobar, 2-1.
Take a little peek back. Gomes wanted it out, and there it was in, and he was ready for it just that quick.
Oh!
That had to have been Haas. That sounded like Haas.
Was that Haas or was that Rusty?
That sounded like Haas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off the end of the bat and going to be caught by Naquin. So Escobar is still at 999 career hits. 1 down in the 3rd inning.
Well, when a guy hits a ball like that, you know it's gone immediately. Short step with his front foot.
And that right after the Indians wasted a bigger scoring opportunity in the bottom of the 2nd. They got the 1 run across, but they had runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. They had the bases loaded 2 down, and Ventura held them to 1. And the Royals make them pay with the 2-run home run from Butera. Lorenzo Cain singled his first time up.
Interesting how Yan Gomes was setting up away on Butera. He didn't want that ball in there. Setting up away. And for Terry Francona, Butera's the last guy they thought they had to worry about. Now they're going, oh man, we didn't expect Butera to hurt us.
3-0 on Cain.
Low Cain eyeballing him now. I like it. Being selective. As hot as he is, make him throw you a strike. Take one here even. As hot as he is, could green light him.
Takes a fastball at 94.
And there's now the way Locane's showing that opposite field pop. If he can hit an opposite field home run to K, he can hit him anywhere.
His turnaround began here. Something happened in the middle of the Cleveland series when the Royals arrived here last month. Lorenzo Cain was a cold hitter, and when they left, he was a hot hitter. Past Mike Jersley. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here are the numbers. So the Royals were here May 6th to the 8th. Lorenzo Cain was hitting .232 when that series began. Since that series, he's hitting .378 with all 7 of his doubles and 6 of his 8 home runs, and a slugging percentage of .633 since that series.
You know, Carrasco does not want to put him on base with Haas hitting behind him. So he's getting some pitches now. This is a nice at bat for a hot guy, seeing 7 pitches, 8th pitch coming. And Lorenzo is on him. He's taking some good swings. And he knows that Carrasco is going to come in there. That's the advantage of having a polished hitter behind you.
Breaking ball. So it gave him a little different tilt with that pitch. 2nd strikeout for Carrasco, both with the curve. And now our Kubota power stats. Here's what Carrasco and the Indians have to deal with. Royals offense over their last 9 games, leading the major leagues in runs per game, 7.1, in batting average, 2nd best with runners in scoring position, and tied for the best record at 8-1. And maybe the most surprising part about those numbers is those coincide with what looked like a devastating series of injuries. The collision with Alex Gordon and Mike Moustakas that put both on the disabled list. And the reinforcements have really stepped up.
They have, but you know what? Kane and Hosmer, they're accepting more of the load as well. It's nice to see them all pass it around. It's interesting to see how the Cleveland Indians outfield shifted to the opposite field on Hosmer.
Right to Lindor. He's been in the right place at the right time a few times already tonight. So the inning is over. Jarrod Dyson singles and Drew Butera. It's his first home run of the year. We go to the bottom of the third. The Royals lead 2.
Up 2-1. Our Taminia Mazda game break takes a look at another home run swing today. That's a 424-foot shot from Madison Bumgarner, who is known for his hitting ability, even though he's a pitcher. How about this, guys? He now has 11 home runs in his last 190 plate appearances. Bryce Harper and Mike Trout coming into today had 11 homers in their last 190 plate appearances. They obviously play every day. Bumgarner homers on a regular basis. And I should point out, just because I'm sitting right down by the dugout next to Edinson Volquez, he's got one career homer.
And proud of it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. You know, Brandon Belt, their first baseman, he's a quality hitter. But he might want to think about giving Bumgarner a first baseman's glove. Let him go out there and take his rips on a certain pitcher. That guy's a beast.
1-2 on Kipnis. Most pitchers look like pitchers when they're at the plate. There are a few that if you didn't know if he was a pitcher or not, you might think he was a position player. And Bumgarner is one of those guys. Right out to Escobar. And there's one out. Every now and then you'll see a pitcher hit a home run, and it's still kind of a goofy fluke swing. You know?
Awkward.
Yeah, awkward. There you go. But guys like Madison Bumgarner, Zach Greinke, if you didn't know that they were pitchers, you'd figure, well, that might be an outfielder or an infielder.
Exactly. So when you're in the pitchers meeting, you know, the opposing team, they get the Bumgarner and they're saying they're figuring strategy on him. Mm-hmm. Most pitchers are saying, just throw it down the middle.
Let him get himself out.
You're right.
Lindor line to Kane in center field in the first inning. Yordano Ventura allowed a run in the second. He allowed the first 3 Indians to reach. A run scored, and then Cleveland had runners at second and third and nobody out, and they could not add another run as Ventura got a strikeout of Gomes A fly out to shallow center from Naquin, and then after a walk, a comebacker from Carlos Santana.
Could be a key inning for Ventura in this game. Outfield playing Lindor to the opposite field.
2-2.
They're all swung over. Expect him to be behind the fastball.
Pulls it to Hosmer. Ventura runs to the base, and it's a wild throw. It hit the netting, and then it hit Butera, and then ricocheted into the Royals dugout, and Lindor will get second base.
Eric Hosmer and I talked about that just the other day. He said, Hos, you're getting much better of going too far to your right because it's a higher percentage of an out. It's tougher to get that out thrown to a moving target. And Infante had that easy. And Hosmer normally is on the money, but it's just, you never know. It's a timing play.
We're going to give Lindor a hit. And then he goes to second on the air by Hosmer. And now Mike Napoli, and he had a good rip at a fastball that was 97. Napoli singled leading off the second, and he scored on the base hit by Chisenhall.
They were fortunate there. Napoli, he's a great low ball hitter. Fastball's the right selection, but got to get it up a little higher. He loves the balls down on the ankles, down and around the zone down there with the breaking balls. Fastball's good, but keep it up.
97 for a strike, 0-2. Another fastball. That one's at 98. You mentioned the recoiling by Ventura and how that might affect him in being able to keep the ball down. But that's the flare that I remember Ventura pitching with last year. Napoli wasn't afraid to stick a shoulder in on that breaking ball. Almost got nailed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Watch his arms and legs flying everywhere after he throws it. But you know, sometimes that can be intimidating to the hitter. They can feel his attitude. A little bit out of control there. A little too many moving parts. More for Dave Island's comfort. He didn't like that. Oh, what are you going to do? Kid with this kind of talent, he's going to execute his pitches the best way he feels like he can. Napoli, a 286 hitter with a runner in scoring position.
Almost all fastballs to Napoli, and all of them up.
It's because they know how good a low ball hitter he is. At some point they're gonna have to mix in a changeup on him or a curve, because he'll catch one of his fastballs.
Fastball is down, 3-2.
Well, that has great downward action. Bottom fell out of that fastball.
There's that was a fastball at 97, but he looked like he was out in front of it.
Right, but you saw that movement. Well, where's that coming from? That's a wicked sinker at 97.
The swing and the movement, just watching it on the monitor, looked like a changeup.
Right. Excellent pitch. Yeah, the previous one before that, we haven't seen his ball dip like that.
Jose Ramirez singled on the infield in the second inning. A play Ventura tried to make himself, tried to run over and tag Ramirez and missed him. Lindor is doing a very good job at second base of dividing Ventura's attention.
Ramirez has been a solid performer for Francona. He's helped him a lot. Only just playing a little bit of left field and third base, but his bat has been very consistent. And he's the hardest to strike out in the American League. Just one time every 11.3 at bats. Been a tough hitter.
Two and 0.
.393 hitter with a runner in scoring position. Ramirez.
Grounded past Hosmer. Lindor's around third, and Fuentes this time throws it right to Hosmer. So the error turns into a run, and the Indians have tied the game at 2.
You have a big number like that with a runner in scoring position, you're confident. That was a pitch that was out of the middle of the plate. It was down, but still, a guy with that kind of confidence, he's going to put the ball in play hard. Haas just missed it. Found a hole.
Close. Hosmer took a little peek into the Royals dugout, and now everyone's has their attention on Don Wakamatsu, who's on the phone.
Throw was just a little bit on the home plate side of the bag first, so Yaz had to catch it and bring it over. But Ventura is extremely quick home and to first base. Great move.
Changeup down and away to Chisenhall. He drove in the Indians' first run with a single to right in the second inning. This will be the 60th pitch from Ventura. So he's on about a 20 pitch per inning average.
So if you want to run on him, good luck. 3 bags and 420 career innings. What a difference without Michael Brantley in their lineup.
Heads up, Joel. You all right down there?
That one was probably about a ½ an inch, which was a little further, no, a little closer than the one last time we were here, which was about an inch. Ooh. As Hosmer reminded me a little while ago, he said, you almost got killed the last time you guys were here.
Be careful over
all
there,
good.
Joe.
Ramirez runs, and that'll be back into the crowd. We'll put a glove on.
I think that's a duck and cover play.
Although I've seen Joel with a glove on. I don't know if a glove would do him any good.
No good at all.
Better off.
Which is why I'll still go back to one of my first years when Frank White up in the press box fell out of a chair and said, no, I'm not fielding that.
Better off with one of Susan's frying pans than a glove.
3-2 on Chisenhall. So Ramirez will be running. 63 pitches thrown by Ventura. He had an easy first inning and now a long second and third inning. That is back into the crowd behind the Royals dugout.
There you go.
He just happened to be coming down the steps with his daughter. Well, he forgot to get the hot dog and the popcorn, but here's a baseball.
He's taking a little something off of his fastball there. Chisenhall, he's having a good at bat going. He's a much more confident player, Chisenhall, now that he's well and he's back in the lineup. He's swinging better. They like him in right field. Got a good arm. They're counting on him.
Ramirez runs again, and that ball is hit deep but foul. Into the corner. Progressive Field on the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. Our sprint trivia question for tonight: name one of the 3 players to steal a base against Yordano Ventura. Was it somebody with the Red Sox? That was the first one. Ramirez is getting a workout, and that's ball 4. Ventura's second walk. And now 2 on with 2 out. Dave Ireland is out before Yan Gomes comes to the plate.
Couple back-to-back rough innings for Ventura here. He's got 2 outs. There's a chance here. Dave's going to talk him into an out.
Our most trusted players, brought to you by the most trusted brand, Honda. Paulo Orlando, for the first time as a Royal, is the player of the month, hitting .429. He lost his 14-game hitting streak last night against Tampa Bay. And Ian Kennedy, going 2-1 with a 3.24, is the Royals pitcher of the month.
Congratulations, guys. Outstanding work.
Yan Gomes, when Yordano Ventura really needed a strikeout, and Ventura got it against Gomes with 3 pitches. That was with runners at second and third and nobody out last inning. And now batting with 2 on and 2 out in the third. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gomes just 1 for 17 of Ventura. Hope it stays that way. Talked about how good he is with runners on.
On the ground, Escobar gets a nice hop over to Infante. So it's an unearned run, and the Indians tie it at 2 in the bottom of the third.
has been holding a bat and waiting to come up as the DH. Starting to see some more positive signs. And talking to hitting coach Dale Swaim, he said that going the opposite field has been good for him, but doesn't have to be opposite field. He just needs to be able to make some kind of contact and see results on pitches that are soft and away. And until he starts doing that, they're going to continue throwing him soft and away. So whether it's opposite field or not, he just needs to be able to get some results, make them come back into him. The walks lately have been a key, because now as they expand the zone, they may need to start throwing him more strikes.
And he's getting some base hits to left field.
Ooh, got him. Thought I heard it hit him. Guess not.
5 hits in his last 3 games. He also has 6 walks in his last 6 games. Napoli backs up. Long underhand toss to Carrasco. And Morales is 0 for 2 tonight. This season at Kauffman Stadium, the weekends start early because every Thursday home game is Buck Night. So you'll enjoy the Royals and also delicious hot dogs and peanuts for just $1 a piece. So get your tickets now for Thursday Buck Nights at Kauffman Stadium, calling 1-800-6-ROYALS or online at royals.com/promotions. And the next Thursday Buck Night will be June the 16th. With the Tigers in town. That'll be the first of 4 games with the Tigers.
Fonte getting 2 first pitch sliders. Another one. They know about him and that fastball, the way he can hit it. And they also might remember the game he had here a year ago. And that's something that you wouldn't forget. Pretty special day for Infante.
Naquin in center field waits and makes a play. Infante is 0 for 2.
Little flashback. September 17th last year, he just had a game. I mean, he raked. Oh man, he hit him out of the park. He hit him everywhere. He was on fire. And then after that,
the very next day he was on the disabled list with an oblique injury. Kipnis unable to play the short hop. And Ray Fuentes is 2 for 2 tonight. Yeah, Infante was not getting much playing time at second base. Ben Zobrist had been here already for close to 2 months. Zobrist, I don't remember if Zobrist was completely out of the lineup or playing somewhere else on the field, but Infante got a rare start at second base, drove in the 7 runs, and then we found out the next day that he tweaked his oblique and didn't play again. He's not on the postseason roster.
And I believe Zobrist was in left that game. How about Fuentes? Just another young bat coming up, contributing right away. 2 crisp, hard hit balls up the middle. Kipnis, he's a good second baseman. He almost made that play, but it's hit way too hard. Time for Cuffer to hit one.
One ball and 1 strike. Chesler caught looking at a curveball for a strikeout in the second inning. Carrasco is a big strikeout pitcher, but that's going to be tough against the Royals, who don't strike out hardly at all. Carrasco has struck out 2. That's up the middle. Fuentes will round and hold, and the Royals have a pair of singles with 2 outs.
Cuthbert doing a nice job of staying inside the ball. We talked about how many breaking balls he's hit more than fastballs. That was a good fastball there. Royals have raised their average with runners in scoring position up to 278. after that outstanding homestand, getting clutch hits all day long. Let's see if it can continue here. Gerard Dyson, 250 hitter.
That's fourth best in the league, by the way. When the Royals were here a month ago, they were 14th in the league in that category. Fuentes at second, Cuthbert is at first. Dyson led off the third inning with a single to center field, and he scored on the Drew Butera home run. Dyson has been a patient hitter lately. There's Butera on deck. Dyson's been getting his share of walks and in important spots. Outside ball one from Carrasco.
Dyson's been working on keeping a good level swing. Doesn't want to do too much uppercutting. He doesn't want to hit the ball in the air, although he has occasional pop. He can jump out one out of the ballpark, especially here at 325 down the right field line. But he's told me today before the game he's working on staying on top of the ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
And that's smart. A lot of pitchers he's been seeing challenging him up. They want him to hit it in the air. He's going to have a nice little swing of playing every day here on this road trip.
Three balls, no strikes. So Drew Butera, who hit a 2-run home run against Carrasco last inning, is 1 pitch away from coming up with the bases loaded. Three and one.
Ooh, that's right where Gerard likes to pull the ball there. He's saying, throw me another one of those.
That will reach the seats. 3-2. Cleveland Indians last year were 29th in Major League Baseball attendance. 29th for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. And the year they weren't 29th, they were dead last, which still seems impossible to me. Think about 15, 20 years ago. Runners take off, and Dyson stays alive.
It's good. Tax that pitch count. Yeah, it was a different era, no doubt about it. But you know, I found out talking with some of the local people here about why the fans aren't coming anymore, and it's a Browns-driven town for sure. But the Cleveland Browns left and went to Baltimore during that time, and the Indians had a great team. They had a solid offensive lineup, and they were, you know, Tomey and company were mashing the ball to the ballpark, and people were excited about that. And the Browns came back in '99, and that was over.
That is a base hit into left field. Dyson comes through with 2 outs. So Fuentes started it with a 2-out single. Cuthbert singled, and now Dyson is 2 for 2, and the Royals regain the lead.
Just what Dyson was trying to do. Stay on top of the ball and find a hole. That's an excellent at bat. Saw a lot of pitches here. And that ball wasn't a strike, but doesn't have to be. He's going with the pitch. He knew the previous 3 pitches were all outside and away from him, like they were pitching him like a power hitter. The only pitch that was in on him was the 3-1 pitch. Or 3-0 pitch. It came inside. He wasn't going to swing at that. Nice clutch hit.
.55 pitches for Carrasco. He's at about an 80 pitch limit tonight, and he's about to face Drew Butera. But 2 on and 2 out, and Drew Butera turned in our AT&T high-speed replay just an inning ago.
Sure did on the second pitch you saw.
You know, Salvy's asking for the hair flip, but he's got some impressive artwork on the side of his head.
Racing stripes.
Slider cut on and missed. Drew hit his first home run this year, giving the Royals a 2-1 lead. The Indians tied it in the bottom of the third, and now the Royals have regained the lead in the fourth. Cuthbert's at second, Dyson's at first. And that ball's hit pretty well to left field, but down around the end of the bat, and Davis will make the play to end the inning.
Hey, now they only come up with one, but we saw a little frenzy hitting. Nice little 2-out RBI by Dyson right here. Oh, beautiful.
Royals baseball is brought to you by the Missouri Lottery. Every ticket you play gives back to schools across Missouri, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. By Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by your Midwest Ford dealers, visit your MidwestFordDealers.com. No scoring in the first 3 half innings, and now at least a run in the last 4 half innings. 3-2 KC. Gerard Dyson put the Royals back out in front with a 2-out single to score Fuentes. And now Yordano Ventura, who allowed 1 in the second, 1 in the third. The run in the third was unearned. And he pitches to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, beginning with Tyler Naquin. 1 ball and 1 strike on Naquin. Little bit inside, 2-1. Concern for Ventura at the moment would be his pitch count. About to make his 75th pitch. There you go, an easy first inning, 3 up, 3 down, 28 pitches in the second, 32 in the third. So he needs to correct that in this inning. And it's 3-2 on Naquin with Davis on deck. Ned Yost and Dayton Moore in particular were very proud of Ventura in his last start. You say, wait a minute. Ventura gave up 7 runs, 9 hits in his last start. but he didn't allow any earned runs over his last 3 innings and was determined, even though the Royals were down. That was the incredible comeback game on Saturday. Even though they were down, he wanted to give Ned Yost some extra innings to take the strain off of the bullpen. Lorenzo Cain makes a play in center field. And as Dayton Moore put it, that was one of the most, said it wasn't one of Ventura's best starts, obviously, but he felt like it was one of his most professional starts of his career.
Yeah, and I can agree with him. I remember in that game we were talking about looking for positives. What can he draw from his outing that's going to help him in his next start? And it was the fact he stayed in the game and worked through some issues.
That's well hit to center field. Lorenzo Cain is on the move, and he's got it. Lorenzo Cain takes an extra base hit away from Davis.
Man, I didn't think he was going to get to that one. By the sound of the way Davis struck that ball and where it was headed, I thought that was going to be a double for sure. Cain on contact took a perfect straight line route to that ball. Caught it 3 steps before the track. No problem. He looked down to see where he was. Beautiful strides. Straight line. Great route.
Wow. The movement on that pitch. Back with a changeup, 1-1 on Santana. He is 0 for 2. Including a ground out back to Ventura with the bases loaded to end the bottom of the 2nd inning. Very high in the air, and Fuentes wants it in right field, and he will bring it down. So Ventura, after long 2nd and 3rd innings, gets some help from his defense and needs only 10 pitches to get through the 4th.
With a little help from Locaine. Sweet catch.
That's a good head of hair for that young man.
Yeah, let's see the flip. Well, he doesn't know he's on camera. That's all you need.
Similar to my boys, you put them on camera, there's a better chance they're going to pick their nose than they are going to flip their hair. It is live television, folks. You just never know what you're going to get. How about a 1,000th career hit? 1-1 on Alcides Escobar. Had a chance to get number 1,000 last night at home, and you know he wanted to do that. So far tonight, he has fouled out to right and flied out to center field. Curveball makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Royals already have 8 hits against Carrasco in the first 4 innings. 2 hits in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth.
Going to give him a fastball right down the middle here. Eski on the airplane last night, when I saw him, he says, "Oh, I wanted to get the hit so badly in front of our crowd. I was too anxious."
Still 2-2.
One thing we haven't seen from Carrasco very much tonight is his split finger changeup combination. It goes straight down. We haven't seen a lot of that, and he hasn't pitched in a while. Maybe he's not comfortable with that pitch, but that's usually his go-to pitch. Fastball sliders early in the game. Now more fastball changeups. We'll see.
Kipnis to the middle. 1 down in the 5th inning. The DVD Blu-ray combo pack Royalty Reigns is a comprehensive look back at the 2015 Royals and details how a champion was built. The Royalty Reigns combo is now available at retail locations throughout Kansas City and on the MLB.com shop. So own your piece of the crown today. Ned Yost is 2 wins away from 500 as Royals manager. Ball 1 to Lorenzo Cain. Most wins in the history of Royals baseball. Ned Yost, he did that last year, passing Whitey Herzog. There's a strike to Lorenzo Cain. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ned has passed 1,900 career wins. That's what the Brewers and the Royals combined. Lindor deep short, throws 1 hop. Napoli can't keep his foot on the bag, and Lorenzo Cain is 2 out of 3.
Yeah, and Ned Yost, quick to deflect any praise, and he points right to his coaching staff. Talks about how comfortable he is with the surrounding coaches, Wakamatsu, Swaim, Ireland, Pedro Gaffal, all give him that help inside that dugout on decisions.
Let me take that back. I was adding up total games for Ned Yost. He is at 955 career victories. He has managed 1,926 games.
The fact that Ned can trust his coaches is really big for a manager. Got to have people around you that you trust.
1 ball and no strikes to Eric Hosmer. He is singled and grounded out to short. Our Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard. Best averages with runners in scoring position. Eric Hosmer leads the way. Oh, excuse me. Highest batting averages against right-hand pitching. Eric Hosmer leads the way. He is one of 4 left-hand batters on that list. Nick Castellanos, whom Hosmer played high school baseball with in Miami, and now with the Detroit Tigers, has had a big season. He's the lone right-hand hitter on that list.
Haas is in a lot of every offensive category. His name's in there. Just really having an all-around great season.
3-0. Kendrys Morales will be next.
Francona saying, be careful here, guys. This guy is one of the best hitters in baseball. 3-0. he might just turn it loose.
And he does. Pulls it into the Royals dugout, and maybe Carrasco, thinking along those lines, took something off that pitch.
He did. It looked like he had his little split finger grip on that pitch.
Indians wanted to keep him right around 80 pitches tonight. This is his first big league start since coming back from the disabled list. He did have a rehab start, which was only 53 pitches. Kane runs on the 3-1 pitch, and Hosmer fouls it away. So 3-2 on Hosmer, and now it's 71 pitches. The Indians get a reliever up in their bullpen. Austin Adams warms up.
Another hard thrower. Royals would welcome him. He just missed that 3-1 pitch there.
Kane runs, and it's ball 4, and the Royals have 2 on with 1 out as Hosmer's on for the second time tonight. It's the first walk given up by Carlos Carrasco.
Ties Alex Gordon for 16 walks on the team. Team high. Doesn't really matter when you look up at the board and see how many outs there are. The Royals rally no matter what, how many outs. No outs, 1 out, 2 outs. We've seen it all in this last homestand. Big hit would be awesome here.
Ball 1 outside to Morales. He has grounded out twice. Hit into a bad luck double play in the first inning. The Royals had runners at first and third and 1 out. And Kendrys hit one right on the nose up the middle, but Lindor was right there and started a 6-3 inning ending double play. Snap throw back to first. And Hosmer went rolling back into the bag.
Talk about an athletic roll. You don't see that very often. Back to first base. Haas got locked up. Gomes thought he had him, and he did, but Haas threw the trick roll slide on him. That was close. Oh man, Napoli wasn't sure what to do, so he tagged him with the glove. There was no ball in it. Gomes saying we had him.
There's breaking up a double play, and then there's breaking up a pickoff play.
Glad he didn't get hurt.
So what's that fine in Kangaroo Court?
Oh, I don't know. That from impersonating a gymnast. He would get fined for that. Morales 3 out of his last 5 with runners in scoring position. Stay hot.
1-2.
That's a gymnast move if I've ever seen one. But very athletic. Wasn't sure. Oh yeah, he lost his footing.
And he also reached with the wrong hand.
Yeah, and see, he had the bag there, but Napoli tagged him with the glove, and the ball was not in the glove.
I mean, you normally want to go back with your left hand, right?
Right.
Well, as is the case with gymnastics, it just depends on the score from the judges. It's subjective.
Especially if Morales hits the 3-run bomb here. He will get a 10 from all the judges, including the Russian judge.
Kipnis out at second. No double play. Kane goes to third, and the Royals have runners at the corners with 2 down.
Morales, he's busting it. Even though he knows he's hit into 7 ground ball double plays, he didn't want to make it 8. Look at that. Pretty good for a guy with 6 screws in his ankle.
Better than pretty good. Haven't we established that of all the major leaguers with 6 screws in their ankle that he's the best, right?
I love it. It's great. He plays hard with what he's got. A little slap on the back to Nappy, saying, watch our guy Omar here. Pick up a ribby.
He is grounded to short and flied to center so far.
First pitches both times up were sliders.
Chopped out to third. Ramirez fields, throws, and the inning is over. So the Royals got a couple of base runners. They are scoreless in the top of the 5th. 3-2 KC. Indians, game 1 of 10 on this road trip. Yordano Ventura has allowed 2 runs, 5 hits. He is tough to run on. In fact, only 3 in his big league career. Our sprint trivia question: just name one of the 3 to steal a base against Yordano Ventura.
How about Dozier, Minnesota?
Now, I want to accuse you of anything, but you, when we read the question, had no idea who that was, and you just came back into the booth during that commercial break with your chest sticking out with pride. And how about Dozier? Oh, you looked at the notes. It's in the notes?
Yeah, I read the notes.
Okay.
Shocker.
Just now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's one of them.
Yeah, yeah, look, you know, every team has their notes. Okay, Swanee does a great job. Every team.
Yeah, but it was
Cleveland.
Let me explain to the fans.
Well, Cleveland has their notes. We got ours.
You left the booth during the commercial break, and then after the break, you came in like.
So my body language told you I knew something.
Yeah. Oh, Infante. You may not have seen that. Kipnis is on to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 for 3. All right, well, let's now. I don't know why. You know, you've done this long enough, Hud, that you just certain things pop into your head. I can't think of the player, but I remember thinking that one of them was a Red Sox player, and Dave Holtzman said that was the first one. And the Red Sox player is no longer with the Red Sox. A strike to Lindor. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored.
No, I didn't mean to rain on their parade, but I knew the answer.
Because you did your research and your preparation.
Exhaustive research.
All right. Well, unless someone just has an amazing memory for something like this, you'd have to look it up. So, who are the other two? Who was the Red Sox guy that I can't remember?
Brock Holt.
No, he's no longer with the Red Sox anymore. Look at the notes. Oh, there's just the last one. Oh, okay, yeah. I got you. Ventura got a glove on it, and that kept that ball out of center field. And Ventura injured himself because Kyle Turner and Ned Yost were out of the dugout right away. Lindor hit it hard up the middle. Ventura got a piece of it. Maybe thought it was with his glove. Infante thought about a double play.
He's grabbing his flat. Not good. That's why they came out so fast. I mean, he slowed the ball down. That's how they got the out. If not, it's first and second. Infante with a slight bobble, else he would have turned the double play. So he's missed a couple in this inning. Maybe it was how he reached for the ball. It was quick. So turn back around and maybe starts reaching a little bit.
And smiling. That's a good sign. So 1-4 on the force out of Kipnis at second base. And here's Mike Napoli with 1 on, 1 out. Cuthbert wants it, and he's got it in foul ground. Napoli's 1 for 3. All right, let's answer the trivia question. There you go. Yoenis Cespedes was the first to steal a base against Yordano Ventura. He was playing for the Red Sox. You remember that? Well, Joey Gallo. That was a bolt out of the blue.
They didn't ask us to name all three. So I think we got it right. That's right. Come back tomorrow. Better question. Make sure it's not in the notes.
Accusing the boys of plagiarizing here? Or?
I'm just thankful I did a little research. We got a man there.
Kane makes a play on Jose Ramirez. So the Indians get a leadoff single. Yordano Ventura has allowed 2 runs over 5 innings. Cavs were in the first round of the playoffs, and as you know now, they're in the NBA Finals, a rematch with Golden State. Cleveland hoping for their first major championship since 1964. They're having a watch party. They will be having watch parties across the way at Quicken Loans Arena, and apparently Alcides Escobar, maybe it has to do with the number, but a Kyrie Irving jersey. Somebody told me that he has one of Irving's college jerseys as well.
He's a big fan of it. I like it. Represent.
Austin Adams is a Chevy call to the bullpen as Carlos Carrasco goes 5 innings and gives up 3 runs on 9 hits to the Royals in his first start since coming back from the disabled list. And now Adams with Fuentes, Cuthbert, and Dyson coming up in the 6th inning. Fuentes is 2 for 2 with a run scored. He'll lead off our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Tammy Russell from Shawnee. If the Royals hit a home run in this inning, Tammy wins $200. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, it's worth $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals.
Austin Adams has a good power fastball. He'll go to mid to upper 90s with that pitch. Slider and a change. A couple off-speed pitches now to Fuentes, who's rifled 2 of Carrasco's balls right up the middle. It's 2 for 2. Have a night.
Helped him out. That pitch was down and out of the strike zone. 1-2 on Fuentes. His second base hit came with 2 outs and nobody on in the 4th inning. Then Cuthbert singled, and then Dyson singled, and that's the difference in the game right now. Dyson's 2-out single in the 4th. Breaking ball down. Gomes down to Napoli to complete the strikeout. 1 down in the 6th inning. Here's tonight's greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Teammates with 25 or more game hitting streaks in the last 75 years, and they've all occurred in the last 18 years. Sean Green and Shannon Stewart in '99, Luis Castillo and Kevin Millar in 2002, and then the 2 young guys in Boston. Jackie Bradley Jr. recently lost a 29 game hitting streak, and now Xander Bogaerts has a current 26 game hitting streak.
Name on that list shocks me the most is Millar. Couldn't run, so he hit all that. You know, guys with speed have hitting streaks. You know, you can get that little topper on the infield and beat it out.
You know, he's a big fan of yours. I wouldn't be surprised if that phone didn't start buzzing.
No. Hey, look, it's a credit to Millar. I'm complimenting him. He hit it all. Oh my.
Into the left field corner. Chesler Cuthbert hits his 2nd home run of the year. So a sonic slam for Tammy Russell from Shawnee. That home run is worth $200. And the Royals have a 2-run lead in the 6th inning.
Chesler unloads for his 2nd. And a beauty. Waited for the fastball, got it. There's a smile. Gomes setting up down the middle. It's in. Ooh, he knew it. A lot like Buteris tonight. Swung on, gone.
The Royals already have 10 hits. Dyson offered to that pitch, so that's a strike. So the Royals, and again, doing so much offensively lately without Alex Gordon, without Mike Moustakas, and more recently without Salvador Perez, and the so-called reinforcements continue to chip in. And it's the last 4 hitters in the Royals lineup tonight. Now, when I get to an everyday player on opening day, you stop me. Ready?
Okay.
Ray Fuentes, Chesler Cuthbert, Gerard Dyson, Drew Butera.
None.
Well, ooh, can I come up and get Dyson on the helmet?
Yeah, by the way he reacted. Fuentes wasn't in the opening day lineup.
Yeah, he was, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't call him necessarily an everyday
No,
player
no.
on opening day. But Fuentes, 2 hits, a run scored. Cuthbert, 2 hits, a home run. And I got him on the bill of the helmet. Dyson, 2 hits, a run scored, and an RBI. Butera, a 2-run home run. All the production tonight from those 4 hitters. So if you're facing the Royals, you think, okay, if we can get through Escobar, Kane, Hosmer, Morales, we're in pretty good shape. And they've done that.
10 hits in 10 consecutive games.
Kipnis gets Dyson. First time Gerard has been retired tonight. 2 down in the 6th inning.
Now you wondered if they could continue to stay hot, and I would say yes. Up by a couple runs, but the hits are coming. And you know, I love talking about before the season ever starts with the Royals, the importance of 35 guys during the entire championship season. You got to rely on all of them. There's going to be some injuries. It's always part of the game, and call-ups. So Dayton Moore has done a great job for Ned Yost, giving him some really good depth and some players that are ready to step in.
Drew Butera, back in the 3rd inning, hit his first home run of the year with Dyson aboard. At the time, the Royals took a 2-1 lead. Butera's 1 for 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
There's a little 96. The kid Adams has a good slider and changeup. This guy's going to be good for Francona in his bullpen. With that kind of velocity, he's a bullpen guy.
Butera knew he was out. So Adams strikes out 2 in the inning, but with 1 out, Cheslor Cuthbert takes him deep. And now the Indians bullpen has allowed at least 1 run in 8 consecutive games. They have hit 2 home runs. Cheslor Cuthbert his 2nd, Drew Butera his 1st, and Yordano Ventura has allowed 2 runs, 1 earned in his first 5 innings. He has had 3 efficient innings and 2 very long innings. Chisenhall lifts it into right center field. Lorenzo Cain will take care of that. Chisenhall is out for the first time tonight. Drove in a run with a single back in the second inning. 92 pitches for Ventura with one down in the 6th. A reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. And with that pitch count, Luke Hochevar begins to work in the Royals bullpen. One out to Yan Gomes. A fastball at 94 to Gomes. He is struck out and grounded into a force out, 0 for 2.
Talked about before the game how Ventura needed to settle in as he had a 5.4 ERA through the first 3 innings.
2 down.
And I would say he's done that. Now he hit the second and third inning. He was taxed. He gave up a couple runs, but they could have got a lot more on him. And I think that really gave him some encouragement as he's able to work his way out of that. And now he looks very confident. 94 pitches. He can finish this up. And Dave Island will be happy.
Yeah, that second inning was huge for him.
Oh, man, it didn't look good.
Fly ball pitcher tonight. 2 strikeouts in 5 2/3. Most of the outs have been in the air. And now way outside of Tyler Naquin.
You would hope that we could get to the point in the season where we didn't, when Giordano started, we didn't ask each other, well, which guy are we going to see tonight? Hopefully he'll smooth his way through it because he's got great stuff. Excellent weapons. Fastball, changeup, curve. That's a beauty there. And some of those fastballs he's thrown had tremendous sink to it. I don't know if he can control that or not, but beauty. And he took a lot off of that at 80. More depth, bigger movement. You take speed off.
Strike 3 called. 3 up, 3 down. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned allowed by Giordano Ventura.
Oh, that's a beautiful hammer. Naquin, you got to go.
Giordano Ventura doing a nice job, and we've got some injury news. Our University of Kansas Hospital injury report on Mike Moustakas. Went down to see Dr. James Andrews in Florida, and everything checked out the way they expected. So he ended up having surgery on his right knee today to repair that ACL injury. No other damage found, so that is good news. He is expected back for the start of next year. And how about this? He just tweeted, guys, like 4 minutes ago. Okay, Chesler Cuthbert, I see you, bro. It's okay to smile. Hashtag always smiling. And Alex Gordon is also smiling right now because he is getting closer and closer. We'll hear from him in just a moment, but he is on the trip, guys, and making some really good progress. And shocking that he's he's keeping himself in good shape.
Saw him out there during batting practice, getting a little work in the outfield. He can't throw, but he can still work on his fielding during BP to keep himself as sharp as possible as he's coming back from a broken wrist. Good swing by Alcides Escobar. He's 0 for 3. He's facing Zach McAllister, and 1 hit away from 1,000 for his career.
McAllister loves to challenge guys with his fastball. Low to mid 90s. He'll cut the fastball. Got a little split finger. He'll work.
And it was a swing, and it's 0-2. Eske is fouled to right, flied to center, and grounded out to second base. Chisenhall in right field, and there is one down.
Well, mentioned Alex Gordon. 1, very impressed with everybody that's filling in for him, and 2, making some great progress, which you shared with us.
Right now, just kind of trying to stay in shape. After this series, got to start throwing, and then when we get back from the road trip, finally got to start swinging. So I think when we get back from the road trip, it'll be around 2 weeks, and start making some progress. So it's good to be out here shagging and just being with the team, being able to do something, and like I said, just progressing.
And I think what's amazing to me, and Hud, you talk a lot about spending time on the bench, right? Riding the pine.
That's right.
For 9. Now he's injured, but when you're sitting there on the bench, you want to pay attention and keep your eye on things. And there's Alex still out there shagging, because he's always trying to get a read on things and always trying to improve his game.
Yeah, and there's nothing better if you're an outfielder than taking live swings off the bat. You know, Rusty likes to hit fungos to him, but it's not the same kind of carry or jump. So you take it live. And I watch him do this even when he's an everyday player, Alex. He takes the first group and shags balls out there. It's really awesome. That's why he's so good.
And the one thing they've always said is that they show guys in the minor leagues and throughout the organization, Rusty Kuntz has said this, the way that Alex Gordon shags, he calls it power shagging, because he goes out there like it is truly a game, and they believe that the minor leaguers can learn the right way to go about their business watching Alex Gordon.
For sure. And that's one of the reasons of the many why the younger players are coming up are better. And that's why they're ready to answer the call, because they understand what it takes to play on this team. And that's a leader by example.
Two down to Eric Hosmer. Eric singled in the first inning and then reached with a walk in the 5th. So his average is right at .330. Seventh in the American League in that category. A little bit inside, 2-1. Eric Hosmer in his last 8 games is hitting .500. He has more home runs and RBIs against the Indians than any other team in his career. Last year, Hosmer drove in 21 runs against Cleveland.
Yeah, he just comes alive. It's nice that you have numbers like that against an opponent in your division.
Close, 3-2. And he's on for the third time tonight. Second time he's reached for the walk.
It's nice to get those walks. I'm telling you, walks are as good as a hit. I remember our Little League coach telling me that. Yelling across the field.
And teams are going to try to expand the strike zone against the Royals, knowing how aggressive they are. Okay, well, you're going to swing at that pitch. We'll see if you swing at this pitch. Morales again hits it sharply on the ground. It's the third time he is grounded out after making solid contact, and he is 0 for 4. Stretch time in Cleveland. The Royals lead 4-2. Get to more of that in just a moment. First, a reminder, our copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. Giordano Ventura comes out for the bottom of the 7th inning. This is his 99th pitch, and it's blooped out into shallow left center field by Rajay Davis. Ned Yost has Luke Hochevar to go to. Hochevar was warming up in the 6th inning and is ready to go if needed here in the 7th, as the Indians have their leadoff man on for just the 3rd time tonight. And with the Indians beginning their 4th time through the order against Ventura, Ned's going to go to the bullpen. So a good night. 6 innings, 2 runs. One of those runs was unearned, and he departs with the leadoff man on in the bottom of the 7th, and the Royals ahead by 2.
Only 2 runs given up against the Tribe. Nice job. Baseball is brought to you by your local Kansas City area Chevy dealers. Visit for great prices on the all-new 2016 Malibu. By Panera Bread, food as it should be, with 24 Kansas City metro locations. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day.
Yordano Ventura, 6+ innings, 7 hits, a couple of walks. Luke Hochevar comes on with Davis at first base. Hochevar has not pitched since Sunday. And the back 3 of the Royals bullpen, Soria, Herrera, and Davis, have all at least pitched 2 of the last 3 days. Davis runs. The pitch is inside, and Davis swipes second base. He was able to stay on the bag.
He got a great jump. Good throw by Buteric. Not much you can do on that. And another reason why Ned took out Ventura too is they're at the top of the lineup. And when Davis is the number 9 hitter, he's like a leadoff hitter. He's a legit leadoff hitter. And you got the rest of their guys: Santana, Kipnis, Lindor. Fastball is 95 miles an hour. Hoch likes to throw that one, and a big curve and a cutter. Good command with a cut fastball.
To right field and not very deep. Davis goes back to second base, but he will hold as Fuentes brings it down. Carlos Santana's 0 for 4. So it'll be interesting to see what Ned Yost does with Luke Hochevar. Again, he hasn't pitched since Sunday. Luke has 1 outing this year where he's gone an inning and 2/3. A handful where he's gone more than 1 inning. But Wade Davis pitched both Tuesday and Wednesday in the Rays series. Herrera pitched Monday and Wednesday, and Soria pitched Monday and Wednesday. And with that, I think that's why Yordano Ventura went back out for the 7th inning, hoping that Ventura could have a quick 1-2-3 7th. And then Ned Yost would only have to worry about the 8th and the 9th instead of what to do with his bullpen in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. In for a strike to Jason Kipnis. Kipnis singled his last time up. He is 1 out of 3.
Looked like a sinker at 90. Oh, it's his cutter. Ooh, good spot. You wanted that.
One and 2 on Kipnis. In the game on Sunday, Hochevar allowed a run against Chicago, and he had gone 10 consecutive scoreless innings prior to that outing, and had retired 27 of 30 hitters. Longtime Indians fan John Adams banging the drum at the top of the left field bleachers. In the air to center field. Davis might try to advance here. Kane makes a play. Davis went almost halfway to third base. He would have advanced, but he's back to second base, 2 down. Remember, Royals fans, the next time you want to grab Royals seats, get the StubHub app. Not only will you find seats you'll love wherever you want, you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort by best value. We take the price and location of seats and show you which tickets at StubHub give you the best deal. So get the StubHub app today. Francisco Lindor with Davis at second base, 2 down. Fastball at 94 for a strike. Lindor reached with an infield single, went to second on an error, and scored the then tying run in the third. Tied the game at 2. The Royals scored a run in the top of the fourth, added another run in the sixth. And it's 0-2.
Coach looks good. He's really hitting his spots so far coming in. He knows he's got to do that. Showed you he's one of the best percentages of leaving inherited runners out there, stranding them. Veteran knows how to pitch. Get this out here. Let Napoli lead off the next inning.
Popped up. A lot of room behind home plate, and Drew Butera brings it down. So not only does Hochevar get the job done, he gets the job done with just 9 pitches. Nice.
Well, you wondered if the Royals would stay hot, coming from the K where they love playing ball, and they swept the whole homestand. Yes, they are. Cuthbert, he chips in with his second home run of the year. Dyson, 2 for 2, set the table up for this bomb right here. Butera checks in with a nice shot. That was a no doubt. Took care of that 0 in that home run department, and the Royals doing what it takes so far in this one to get the first game.
For the first time in Royals history, the Royals have 10 or more hits in 10 consecutive games. That hasn't been done in the major leagues since 2010 by any team.
That's why you wondered if it would continue. I mean, you know, at some point, they're going to run into some pitching, and Carrasco was that guy I thought could shut the Royals down. Couldn't do it.
Royals got 9 of those 10 hits against Carrasco in his 5 innings. Austin Adams gave up a run in the 6th. This is Zach McAllister's 2nd inning. Infante, Fuentes, and Cuthbert in the top of the 8th. Omar is 0 for 3. A ground out to short, a fly out to center, and a ground out to third. Fastball at 94. 2 balls and 1 strike. All of the runs have been driven in by and scored by the Royals 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Infante with Alex Gordon out, with Salvador Perez out, with Paulo Orlando getting the night off. Omar hits 5th. Three balls and 2 strikes. Good to hear from Alex. Good to hear that he's coming along. I saw him out there shagging during batting practice. And did he say that by the end of this road trip he might start taking some swings?
That's right. That's what I heard. And nice to see him without that wrist guard on.
Naquin backs up in center field. One down in the 8th inning. Remember to vote for the Royals Player of the Month at one of the 7 Rally House locations in the KC metro area. All participants will be entered to win a majestic prize pack. And we found out today that Paulo Orlando was the Royals Player of the Month, and Ian Kennedy was the Royals Pitcher of the Month for May. This is Ray Fuentes' first game since being called back up, and he's 2 for 3 tonight with a run scored.
I'm glad to see Paulo get some love. He earned it. This guy got hit in the wrist twice during that month and stayed in the lineup. Got some big hits, had a nice streak. He's a player. It's nice to get a break. Let him take a day off. I think that's what's so good about the reserves coming up here, doing such a fine job that he can afford to let Paulo and even Whitley Merrifield have a chill pill today.
Off the plate, tough play, Lindor. Bare hands and not in time. I can immediately think of another Indian shortstop who used to make that bare-handed play, charging in like Lindor did. Omar Vizquel.
That's right.
Trademark play of his.
Better believe it. I believe that Lindor has better speed than Vizquel, though. Although Vizquel, he's a Hall of Famer. Look at that play. That's special. But Fuentes runs well, and he earned his 3rd knock.
And that's a career high for him. So 11 hits for the Royals in fewer than 8 innings. And now Cheslor Cuthbert, who's chipped in with 2 hits, including his 2nd home run of the year. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. They just announced the paid attendance at 11,131. Cheslor Cuthbert has a 3-hit game.
It's great to see him. You know, they're not up there trying to hit the ball out of the park. They're going with pitches. Now they'll hit him out if you give it to him. Like a fastball inside. Look at how quick and short that swing was. Just very nice. Going right back up the middle. Cuthbert's locked in. Here comes Francona saying, man, we're going to have to find a way to stop this hitting machine.
So all runs, all RBIs have come from the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and now 9 of the 12 hits have come from those hitters. Cheslor Cuthbert ties his career high with 3 hits. for the Royals. They have 2 on with 1 out in the 8th inning, trying to add on. And the Indians go to their 3rd reliever of the night to face Gerard Dyson. This is Tommy Hunter. First reliever tonight, Austin Adams, allowed a run in his 6th inning. And now the Indians bullpen has allowed at least 1 run in 8 straight games. Tommy Hunter is on for the 12th time this year. He inherits Fuentes at second base, who has a 3-hit game, and Cuthbert at first, who has a 3-hit game. And now Dyson really got tied up. They get the out at second base, and the Indians turn a double play. So Tommy Hunter comes out and needs only 1 pitch to get the Indians out of the top of the 8th. The Royals lead 4-2 to the bottom of the 8th inning. As we take a look at our Tuminia Mazda game break, this is yesterday, and Jason Kipnis taking out Ketchup in the hot dog race. So Ketchup playing injured. This was earlier tonight, running with a crutch. But he was just fine after all.
He was faking it.
How about that? Kipnis has said that he wants to mix it up with all 30 mascots at some point in his career.
I like it. Kipnis gave him a little crab pose after he knocked him down too. I liked it.
Kelvin Herrera will get the bottom of the 8th inning with Napoli, Ramirez, and Chisenhall. Down and away to Mike Napoli. Giordano Ventura went 6, allowing 2 runs. 1 was unearned. Luke Hochevar pitched a scoreless 7th. 2 balls and no strikes on Napoli.
Going to have to be a little careful with his slider, and Herrera loves his slider now. It's his 3rd pitch that he's incorporated this season. He uses consistently, along with the changeup at 88, the fastball at 98. Because Napoli hits those breaking balls really well. So they're staying firm with him tonight.
Deep short. Jump throw. He's got a chance. Hosmer couldn't quite stretch and dig it at the same time. And did the ball go into the Royals dugout?
What a nice attempt. He had him, and Haas normally digs those out of there. Escobar showing some great range, strong arm, and it did go in the dugout. So unfortunately, Escobar will be charged with an error. Watch this. Look at all this momentum. He's going full speed, jumps and fires and gets on top, and Haas just couldn't quite dig it. Nice attempt. Look at all, he's going 100% that way. So in order to get something on that, you got to really jump high and stay on top of the throw it. That's a tough play to do. And we see him do that all the time. Good try.
So base hit, error 6. 0-1 on Jose Ramirez. He has a 2-hit game, and he's driven in one of the 2 Indians runs. Down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Ramirez is 1 for 4 in his career against Kelvin Herrera. Herrera pitched games 1 and 3 in the Tampa Bay series. Needed only 11 pitches in last night's game. If he can avoid it, Ned Yost does not like to use his relievers in 3 straight games. And that would mean he would like to stay away from Wade Davis. Strikeout. Down goes Ramirez. However, Wade used 16 pitches last night and only 5 the night before that. So we'll see. And it would be easy to assume that Davis would be available, because if Wade was not available, think that Ned might go with Soria in the 8th inning and Herrera in the 9th, or use Soria in the 9th because he has more experience pitching that inning. But Soria lately has been pitching the 7th in front of Herrera.
Yeah, you know, he's not afraid to use Joaquin. In his last time he got a save this year, he threw like 9 pitches. Just took care of business right away. So he's got some options.
Soria threw 25 pitches last night. So we'll see. 2-0 on Chisenhall. He drove in the Indians' first run in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. Doing a lot of work on the mound in between pitches and having a difficult time getting his fastball down. Ramirez helped him out. Ramirez chased 2 fastballs that were way up and out of the strike zone. And that's a 4-pitch walk. So the Indians have the tying run at first base and the potential go-ahead run coming up. Royals continue their 4-game series with the Indians tomorrow here on Fox Sports Kansas City. Saturday's game is on Fox, and Sunday back here on Fox Sports Kansas City. Of course, you can also watch the Royals and the Indians streaming on Fox Sports Go. 2 on, 1 out. Yan Gomes takes a slider for a strike. Gomes had the big hit for the Indians last night with a walk-off base hit in the 11th inning. But aside from that, he has been in a deep slump. Ground ball right to Escobar. Out at second, and a wild throw. Hosmer got a glove on it. So that saved a run. Stretching as far as he could to the right field side. That gets away from him. Napoli comes down from third.
Infante having some issues with his throws. I mean, that's a routine double play. Can't afford to give the Indians another opportunity. This is just routine. Slider, he's not even sliding into him anymore. Whiffed the throw. Haas did all he could and thankfully saved a run there. Fonte missed another line drive earlier right at him tonight, and then he had a hard time finding the handle with another double play. So could help his pitching by making a few of those plays. I think it'd be all right.
Ball one to Naquin. Now, Hud, the slide rule is new, and I'm not pinning this on Escobar, but he had a tough time getting it out of his glove right away. And I wondered, you know, just Infante's played many more games without the slide rule than he has with it. And I wonder if maybe did he rush a little bit, assuming that that runner was going to be right on him? Because if it's a little faster runner, and Chisenhall, why are you laughing at me?
No, you're doing good.
I'm just saying.
I'm listening to you.
Or did he just whiff it?
He whiffed it.
Okay, all right. Because there was a little disruption in the rhythm of the double play when Escobar didn't get it out cleanly, but
it throws some timing off there. But look, once you get the ball in your hand, it's an easy throw across the diamond.
All right. Right center field. Fuentes started back. So a run scores. Naquin drives in Napoli. That makes it 4-3.
If it wasn't for Hosmer's quick reaction at first base, Napoli would have scored already. And if he turns it, they're out of the inning. What happens? It's off the end of the bat. Fuentes and right couldn't get a good jump. We couldn't get a good read on that. Sit off the end of the bat, just dropped in there. There's no chance on that one.
And now Rajai Davis. Fastball for a strike. Davis is walked. He is lined to deep center on a nice play by Kane. And he is single. He is 0 for 5 against Kelvin Herrera. Gomes, the runner at second, does not have speed. Slider makes it 0-2. So a base hit to the outfield, even with 2 outs, is not an automatic run for the Indians.
Especially on a ball hit to left field. Dyson was 6 outfield assists.
Still 0-2. Struck him out. So the Royals maintain the lead, but the Indians get a run. To the 9th, the Royals lead is 4-3. Game to the 9th inning. The Royals have Drew Butera, Alcides Escobar, and Lorenzo Cain coming up. Panera takes us around the league. San Diego leads Seattle. Man, they've had some wild games in that series. Baltimore hoping for a 4-game split with Boston, a win tonight, and the Orioles would trail Boston by 1 game in the East. Boston won the first 2. New York is leading Detroit. The Tigers are 2 games below 500. And Minnesota had an early lead against Tampa Bay, and now Tampa Bay, with a home run from Evan Longoria, lead by 1. Tommy Hunter came on in the top of the 8th inning with 2 on 1 out. He made 1 pitch and got Dyson to ground into a double play, so he stays on for the 9th. And Butera chops it out to Lindor. That's pretty efficient. Tommy Hunter has made 2 pitches and gotten 3 outs.
Well, they know his fastball's coming, low to mid-90s. He likes to sink and cut it as well, curve and a change. Escobar 0 for 4, looking for his 1,000th hit.
Strike at 95 from Tommy Hunter. One ball and 1 strike. One and 2, Escobar against Tommy Hunter. Well, here's the answer to our question from the last half inning. It'll be Joakim Soria in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Indians will have the top of the order: Santana, Kipnis, and Lindor. That'll be back into the crowd. A small crowd tonight, 11,131. Foul up the first base side. Still 1 and 2.
Hey, Napoli threw it to a Royals fan. Thank you.
Off the plate, Lindor charges, gets a nice big hop. That helped him out. So Eski is 0 for 5 and remains 1 hit shy of 1,000. If you're a fan of baseball history, well, be sure to come out to Kauffman Stadium for the Baseball Hall of Fame Tour. We Are Baseball. It begins August 5th. It's a one-of-a-kind mobile exhibit featuring artifacts, images, never before seen video, virtual reality, an IMAX movie, and cutting-edge technology. Now, how do you say no to all that?
Wow, that looks like fun.
August 5th through the 21st. Virtual reality. Inside to Cain. Lorenzo has a 2-hit night. High to left field. Davis waits for it, and that's the inning. 3 up, 3 down. It'll be Joakim Soria trying to give the Royals their 7th consecutive victory. Bottom of the 9th inning, top of the order coming up for the Indians. Tomorrow, some of the world's biggest soccer stars converge on the United States for the 100th anniversary of the Copa America. It all starts as the U.S. takes on Colombia, 7 p.m. on FS1, or you can watch the entire tournament live on Fox Sports Go. Paulo Orlando takes over in right field for Ray Fuentes. And Joaquim Soria will try and nail it down.
He's been doing a nice job. We saw some 94-mile-an-hour out of his arm last night. See if he can keep it up, mix all of his pitches. There's that big curve you talked about. Throw that first pitch to a guy that can mess him up. Now maybe he doubles up with it. Nope, right back with a hard heater.
Santana is 0 for 4 tonight. He is 1 for 9 against Joaquim Soria with a walk. One ball, 2 strikes. Our Toyota League leaders for tonight. The Royals bullpen has now gone 25 consecutive games without allowing a home run, 15 more than the next closest team, and 19 more than the next closest American League team.
Joaquim, low 90s fastball, curve, slider, change. Nothing too good.
2-2. Soria is pitching with a 1-run lead. Kelvin Herrera had a 2-run lead. It was an earned run charged to Herrera, but a run that should not have scored if the Royals could have turned a double play. Santana tied up and just pulls it foul outside of first. Full count. Jason Kipnis is next, followed by Francisco Lindor. Ryan Lefevre, Rex Hudler with Joel Goldberg, producer Joe Vencius, director Steve Kurtenbach, associate producers Al Broughton, Sam Abramson, Dave Holtzman, Brian Shapiro. On the ground, Infante not able to make a play. Now Paulo Orlando slips in right field, and Santana will go into second base.
They had the pole shift on, and Infante was 20 feet off the dirt in right field. It was a well-placed hit. Martinez will come in and pinch run for Santana. Paulo Orlando slipped. Santana picked it up, advanced on it. It's another error for the Royals tonight.
And now Kipnis thinking about dropping down a bunt. He takes strike 1. The Royals have committed 3 errors tonight. And then there was the double play that was not turned, which could have prevented a run in the bottom of the 8th. Very often the Royals defense presents this many opportunities.
Kipnis, he's going to bunt him or pull the ball over, move him over.
Bunts. It's a good one. Cuthbert close at first. And Infante covering on the throw from Cuthbert, and that was awkward. The Indians are going to take a look at it. Martinez goes to third.
Kipnis with a nice push bunt. He wasn't just trying to drop it down. He did an excellent job. Cuthbert guarding against it. You got to get the out. Kipnis runs well. It was close. Ball was up the line a little bit. A small collision. But Infante's able to hold on barely with his toe on the bag.
So the tying runs at third base with one out. And Francisco Lindor. Right center field. Paulo Orlando dives, and it's by him. The Indians have tied the game, and now Lindor is digging for third. Winning run is 90 feet away.
Paulo Orlando doesn't leave his feet usually unless he knows he can make the play. And if you don't, and this happens, it's trouble. He was a foot, 2 feet off of that one. And that's a no-brainer. It's an easy three-bagger.
And now Mike Napoli. He takes a big swing at the first pitch. So the tough night defensively continues. Santana was on with a single. Orlando slips. Santana goes to second. And instead of a single for Lindor, he ends up with a triple. No balls and 2 strikes. Napoli, high fly ball. Dyson wants it. Lindor's a good runner. Dyson gets behind it. Lindor to the plate. The throw is offline, and the Indians get 2 in the bottom of the ninth.
You could see this one coming. When Infante didn't turn that double play, that was costly. And then Paulo Orlando took a chance that was ill-advised, and it didn't work. And there's no chance you're going to throw out Lindor on this one. Tough way to lose their winning streak, especially when they gave it to him.
So the winning streak comes to an end. The Royals had won 6 straight. 5-4 Cleveland. They scored 3 runs in the last 2 innings. We'll be right back.